Hello. Check.
A very good morning to all of y'all. Before we start the session, we would like to start the session with a safety briefing by our Environment and Sustainability Head, Mr. Rahul Dev.
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. I think all of you have settled down. So, although it's a very secured environment where we are sitting, it's a room, but still, to start with, it's a customary to start with the safety briefing. So, beside this hall, in case of any emergency, you need not to rush. Just on the right hand side, there is an emergency exit, and just beyond that, at the conveyor end, there is also an emergency exit. And when you go from the reception, so in case of any emergency, don't take the elevator or lift. Just go by the staircase and don't rush, and just assemble to the nearest assembly point. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. Managing our personal finances is a struggle we can all relate to across ages, across geographies. To help us in this, today we have with us Mr. Arpit Arora, a renowned financial expert and passive income coach. He is the founder of Ask the Wise Guy, a Philip Kotler awardee for his excellence as a financial coach, registered with SEBI as a research analyst. He has completed his MBA in marketing and finance from London School of Commerce, a renowned speaker and has spoken on various forums like TEDx, CII, and Delhi University. Having a decade experience, he is here to share his expert knowledge on how to generate passive income from the existing wealth. So, Arpit, over to you. A big round of applause for Mr. Arpit Arora.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. एक बार दोबारा try करते हैं. Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing today? Good. So, personal finance एक ऐसा topic है, especially India में ना लोग hesitate to talk about it. Have you also experienced that in your families? पैसे के बारे में बात कम करते हैं. So my quest is to make sure that money should become such a ease of life that बात करें या ना करें, we should be able to get to the results that we want. So how many people here feel कि financial freedom is something that they aspire towards? Can you relate to that? A lot of us. Amazing. Happy to hear that. My single goal today will be to help you move at least one more step towards that aspiration of yours and to be able to eventually make it a reality. How many people are interested in that? Yeah, all right, superb. So let's get started. Can someone help me with the laptop? Yeah, okay, superb. So as I understand, we have people from all the different departments here, different experiences, different backgrounds. What is the one main thing that you're expecting from today's session? May I first ask, anyone wants to raise their hand and share? This is what I'm expecting from today's session. Too hard a question? Acha sir, may I ask you, what's your name? Kaushal. So what are you expecting from today's session? आज क्या आने वाला है? और let's reverse the question. Say, आज मुझे क्या चाहिए session से? How you can plan your finances better. Superb, superb. So, how to be able to plan the finances in such a way that we're able to create a bigger corpus and financial freedom becomes a bigger, a reality, in other words. How many people can relate to his statement? Is that what we're looking for? Somewhere on those lines. Okay, superb. So, not going to take too much time. Let's get started with this. Can someone connect me to the internet so we can get started here? How many of us have had good experiences with money? Okay. How many of us have had not so good experiences with money? And how many people will not raise their hand no matter what I say? I expect then mixed experiences. So how many of us have had mixed experiences with money? So mixed है, कभी अच्छे होते हैं, कभी नहीं होते. Achha, so do you think that money making, is it a science or is it an art? How many people think it's a science? Achha, how many people think it's an art? Okay, quite interesting. So 1 plus 1, is it 2 in India? There's a third option also. What? Artistic science. It's a luck. True. So what today we'll be talking about is applying the science of making money. So that irrespective where you are and what you do, you and I can get the same result. Sounds interesting? Friends, yes, no, to batana padega. Yes. So आज के session में ना, so everyone is okay with Hindi? Yes. English is also okay. English में करें? Is that okay? All right. So आज के session में I wanted to be very interactive with you and me. It's not going to be me talking and you just listening. नहीं तो आप bore हो जाओगे और मेरा गला थक जाएगा. We would want both of us to interact with each other, and I want you to be as open as you can. Okay? Because the whole idea is when you're open, you're able to absorb. and you're not just here to listen. I'm sure कि आप चाहोगे कि इससे you're able to create some sort of result in your life as well, right? How many people want results in their life? सिर्फ सुनना नहीं है, कुछ result भी create करना है. So ठीक है. So that is exactly what we're going to work towards. Is this set up? ठीक. I'm going to ask a few generic questions before we start. How many of us invest in the equity markets already? Acha. And how many of us are afraid to invest in the equity markets? ठीक है. So that's one of the things we're going to break today. Why is it that? अच्छा, what if I say simple words? अगर मैं एक ऐसा मेथड बता दूं जो एक 8th क्लास का बच्चा भी अप्लाई कर सकता है, and he can get the same result as I can. Does that sound interesting? If it sounds interesting, can you say I? Can you say I? एक बार थोड़ा जोर से. Can you say I? Okay. So that's one of the things that we're going to talk about today. We're going to make it and break it into a simple science. If you do this, do this, do this, you and I, same results. And all of us can do it because it's the rightful, I think it's a birthright. कितने constitutions में कितने right मिले हैं हमें भी? Does anyone know? How many rights in the constitution? 8. So ये 9th है. The right to financial freedom. How to exercise that, we're going to talk about it. So let's get started. Is it visible for everyone, even at the back? Friends, visible? Yes? If it's visible, can you say aye? All right, ठीक है. So far, we've been working very hard for money. Today, we're going to talk about how to make money work hard for us. And that is when you start creating passive income. So passive income is not multi-level marketing. Passive income is also not affiliate marketing or any other way where you spend time. When you spend time, it's not passive income. Passive income is when you're not spending time and you're making money. How many people want to make passive income? Yes? So we're going to talk about, and we're going to do it by the money that we already have. So don't worry, you don't need 5-10 crores to start. You can start with 5-10,000 as well. Okay? But the idea is to get started, because only the people who do get started eventually get there. And the first step is always the most difficult, absolutely. Can everyone give him a round of applause? The first step is the hardest. So today, if I tell you that method and you can simply apply it and maybe even automate it, then you won't have to go through that in such a hard way. Sounds interesting? Yes? Okay. So, rules of the game, we're going to make sure that these few minutes we're going to spend together, absolute in sync with each other, no phones. Any questions, you just wait until the end, but I will ask you for question and answer. So if you have a personal question, we'll wait till the end. Any other question and answers, we'll keep on doing that. 100% participation by interacting with me. And I have a bonus for everyone at the end. So let's get started with that. Disclaimer, the things that you're going to learn in today's session, nothing in your life is going to change after that. Everything is going to be exactly the same as it was before the session, unless you make a decision to do something about it. So ज्ञान ले लोगे, IQ भी बढ़ जाएगा, लेकिन financial life में कोई change नहीं आएगा. Why? Because you haven't acted upon it. So अगर ज्ञान लेना है, very good. ज्ञान लेके action लेना है, तब result आएगा. Okay, so it's going to be action oriented, not ज्ञान oriented. Does that work for everyone? If it does, can I hear an eye? एक बार जोर से हो जाए, can I hear an eye? चलो ठीक है, superb. So a very quick introduction about me. I've done my schooling from APJ Noida. घर वाले परेशान हो चुके थे. I was so spoon fed and parents had enough of me. तो they said इसको तो लंदन भेजते हैं, कम से कम हमें कुछ साल मिलेंगे enjoy करने के. So I was sent to London. I did my graduation from Roehampton University. Then I started working in a market research company. I got into financial sales, became the manager in that company. While I was doing that, I completed my MBA from the London School of Commerce. By now, 7 years had happened, and I was on that decision कि अब 3 साल रुक जाऊँ, UK की citizenship ले लूँ या इंडिया आऊँ. I'm the only son of my parents, so the decision was very easy. I came to India. Coming to India was a cultural shock, because now born and bred in Delhi, going to London, spending 7 years of my adulthood there. Coming back to Delhi, the world was not the same. So I took up a job in Royal Bank of Scotland, worked there for a year. Samjha India mein ho kya raha hai. And we saw a very big gap. The gap was that everyone in India was investing either by what they knew, and they did not know much, or what other people were doing, or at best taking advice from a third person. Can you all relate to that? Yes? Okay. So this was a very big gap because we started a business to take care of this gap, and that was Trendlines. We got registered with SEBI. This is about 10 years ago. We were the youngest research analyst at that time. लोगों को पता नहीं होता था research analyst होता क्या है. That was the time when we got registered. Things started doing well. We started working with a lot of people. Now the only problem at that time was that the people we were working already had a lot of money. So उनके पास था कि spare इतने करोड़ रुपए लगाने हैं. We were helping wealthy people to make more money, but I was not able to fulfill. There was something in me that I was feeling unfulfilled. I realized that that unfulfillment was there because I was not able to help everyone. I was only working with one set of people, and other set of people की तरफ हम जा ही नहीं पाते थे. So I realized if I want to be able to get deeper into India, transforming my country, then it had to be that I first had to transform myself. So I went on that quest to learn from a few people who've really shaped my life today. One of them happens to be this gentleman on your left. He is the Rich Dad advisor with Robert Kiyosaki. Anyone heard about Robert Kiyosaki? What was the book he wrote? Rich Dad Poor Dad. How many people have read that book? Isn't it amazing? So, had a chance to learn from Blair Singer. This gentleman on the right, Jack Canfield, he is a 2-time Guinness Book World Record holder, sold 500 million copies in his books. Can't even imagine how he did that. Tony Robbins and Sadhguru, and like these people have like had a profound impact on my life, and it changed me inside and out. Of the transformation that happened from within me, it started pouring out and it started creating results for people around me. For that, I received the Philip Kotler Award. I had a couple of instances when I went on the TEDx platform. But ये सारी चीज़ें ना honestly matter करती ही नहीं है अभी तक जो भी मैंने आपको बताया. Because these are just some milestones that happened on the journey. The question is about the journey. So ask me, Arpit, what is the journey? Can you ask what? What's the? एक बार थोड़ा जोर से. Can you ask me what? The journey was to make sure that I'm able to transform Indians to get to that point where financial freedom is a very simple, systematic method. It's scientific, not an art. Surely not luck. How to be able to do that? So is that sounding something you can relate to? How many people can relate to that? Ki, haan, this is going to be of help for me. Yes? So let's talk about it. Right now, what we're going through is a post-COVID scenario. What is the post-COVID scenario? So the health problems are not there, but what has happened in COVID, uska ripple effect aaj tak aa raha hai. Inflation has gone up. We've gone through a war. There is more technological shift. There has been more changes in the economy in such a way that disruption is an everyday word. New tech is coming every day. What it has actually done, how does it affect us, is that the businesses are very, very dynamic now. The income is very, very dynamic now. The switches in organization, the scope of the growth of the organizations, these things are not as stable. पहले होता था ये कंपनी ये ऊपर जाएगी, ये कंपनी ऐसे ऐसे करेगी. अब कोई भी कुछ भी कर सकता है. Isn't that what you're seeing right now? And in a time like this, when the inflation is high, you must be thinking of inflation to 6-7%. I'll talk about inflation to you. It's true, but it's not true for us. Why? I'll tell you about it. But in a time like this, where the income is not stable, inflation is not stable, the growth is not stable, then how do we bring financial stability when all of the base factors are not stable? So can you ask me how? Everyone, can you ask me how? So how? I will tell you. This is exactly why I'm here. But the question is, how do we grow financially like the wealthy people? And the simple answer to that is we simply create passive income from the wealth we already have. Now, I know for a lot of people you're thinking wealth तो भी बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, passive income तो बहुत दूर का एक discussion है. But this is where I want to stop your thought right now, because this is how I also started. And this is how many other people start. There always is a first step, and the first step is the hardest. But we're going to make it a simple scientific method to be able to do that. How? Let's start talking about it. So when I say talk about making passive income, there are three things that we need. How many? Everyone say it again. How many? Three things that we need. We need the right financial mindset. So everyone do this with me so you'll remember in your subconscious. I need the right financial. Abhi bhi sab nahi kar rahe. Can everyone do this with me and say, I need the right financial? And I need the right financial skill set. Everyone do this? Skill set. And I need the right financial systems. एक बार सब मिलके करते हैं, so you will always remember this. Can you say, I need the right financial? And I need the right financial? And I need the right financial? So when I have the right financial mindset, what sort of mindset? The wealthy mindset. I also need the right financial skill set. What sort of skill set? The latest skill set. And I also need the right financial systems. But what sort of systems? Automatic systems. So with these three in line, no matter who you are, where you are, what your age is, your circumstances or your income, financial freedom is a possibility if you're willing to take it. If you're willing to take it, can you say I? Aye. All right. So now let's talk about how to get there. The problem of creation of wealth is the first question when I say ki wealth, where is it created? Is it created in the bank? Is it created in assets? Where is the wealth first created? Is it somewhere internal or external? How many people think it's internal? अच्छा, how many people think it's an external thing कि बाहर create होती है wealth, दिखती है बैंक में है तो ही तो wealth है. So let's do this again. How many people think it's an internal thing? कि wealth is created somewhere internally. How many people think it's externally? Or how many people are not going to raise their hands? I think it's a money mindset. When your mindset with money changes, like the relationship you have with each other, you also have a relationship with money. The only problem is money doesn't talk back, but you talk to it. Subconsciously, you're always talking to money. मेरे पास ज़्यादा है, बहुत ज़्यादा आ गया, थोड़ा कम है, मेहनत करनी पड़ती है इसके लिए. You're talking to it. If you think about it, you're always talking to money, but money is not talking back to you. ऐसे ही होता है? Friends, yes, no? ऐसे ही तो होता है. In this relationship, it's a single-sided internal conversation with money. You have a relationship with money. The only question is what sort of it. So the money mindset, if that changes, automatically the results will also come. So it's an internal process which leads into external. It's not something कि मेरे पास बहुत सारा पैसा आएगा तो मैं ऐसा हो जाऊंगा. जैसा मैं हूँ वैसा पैसा मेरे पास आएगा. Is everyone able to understand? Yes? Okay. So the question is, I want to tell you a story of my three friends, Arun, Varun and Tarun. How many friends? Three friends, Arun, Varun and Tarun. So the first friend I have is Arun. He is always, so पैसा सबके पास अच्छा है, लेकिन mindset तीनों का different है. और अब पैसा भी ना धीरे धीरे change होने लग गया तीनों का. कैसे हो रहा है? I'll tell you. First friend Arun, he is always this with money. What is he doing? He is spraying. पैसे की पूजा कर रहा है सुबह से शाम. कैसे पूजा कर रहा है? सेव करके. उसको लगता है अगर मैं पैसा कम खर्चूंगा मेरे पास ज्यादा पैसा बचेगा. This is his mindset with money. The second friend Varun, he is always running after money. So every time I see him, he says, अर्पित अब next stock किस में invest करना है ये बता. उसके बाद और कोई बात ही नहीं करता वो. मेरे को सिर्फ financials और companies की news बताता रहता है. How many know a friend like him? Yes. So he's got a rich mindset. He understands कि पैसा बैंक में रखने से कुछ नहीं होता, लगाने से ही कुछ होता है. नहीं तो ऐसे ही चलती रहेगी सारी life. My third friend, Tarun, he's different. He's attracting money to him. So he doesn't do anything, money comes. Sounds interesting. How many people would like to know how is he doing it? Yes, if you are, say aye. पीछे से जोर से आनी चाहिए. पीछे वाले से आए, आगे वाले से आए, बीच वाले से आए. तो पीछे वाले डेड हैं देख लो. एक बार पीछे वाले से आए. हाँ, ठीक है. So how is it going to happen? So I'm going to give you a hint. You need to tell me, everyone in this room, let's see if you can figure it out. Money is the biggest distraction on your journey towards your passion. Who said it? Make a guess. Okay, can you say your guesses? Who said it? Sadhguru? Your boss? Any other guesses? Warren Buffett? Okay. One more guess? So you're all close. Not very far. You're close. Why it is being said, I'll tell you. So I'm going to say the names of a few people. आपने मुझे बताना है ये पैशन की तरफ वर्क कर रहे हैं या ये पैसे की तरफ वर्क कर रहे हैं. So when I say Ratan Tata, Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Usain Bolt, all of these people, have they worked towards passion in their life or have they worked towards money in their life? Passion. And what came to them as a result of following their passion? Money came. So how many people have seen Three Idiots? Maximum number of hands are going up now. ठीक है. उसमें do you remember आमिर खान talking to his friends, they're standing in the boys' restroom. And he says कि अगर आप excellence के पीछे जाओगे तो success झक मार के आपके पीछे आएगी. You heard that? Do you remember that statement? It's exactly the same thing. Just put it into other words. We want success in the form of money first. नाम बहुत हो जाए पैसा नहीं होगा क्या करोगे? Right? पैसा चाहिए बाद में अपनी चीजें mostly आ जाती हैं. So and how does that happen when we follow our passion? अब how do we change our mindset towards following our passion? क्योंकि problem क्या है? कल से passion की तरफ जाओगे अगर passion पैसा नहीं देता तो can you follow it? Can we follow it? We can't follow it. तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? Mindset और एक system लगाना पड़ेगा. What is that? Mindset will only change when you have passive income which is equal to your lifestyle expense. What is my lifestyle expense? तो मेरा घर का EMI, मेरा कार का EMI, मेरे rent, मेरे bills, मेरे बच्चों की education, all the money that you spend. I'm not talking investments or SIPs, वो अलग है. Your lifestyle expense is the way that you live. अगर आप वो sustainably every month passive income से पूरा नहीं कर रहे हो, so you're always working for money. I'm going to say it again so it really goes in. You're going to a job, you get paid, you take care of your lifestyle expense. This is how life is. I am saying to be able to come out of this, the only way that I know which works is a way where we're able to change the mindset first by building a passive income which at least meets the lifestyle expense. So अपने mind में can you take like 10 seconds, close your eyes, everyone, close your eyes, take 10 seconds, think हर month कितना खर्चा हो रहा है घर चलाने का. Just think and internalize that number for yourself. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1. Does everyone have that number? If you have that number, can you say I? Okay. Again, maximum number of eyes. Okay, good. So now when we know that number, this is the equal amount of passive income we need to make. The moment we have this passive income, we are not working for money anymore. Understand this. Now something inside has changed. You're not working for money. You might be exactly doing the same job and getting the same salary, but you're not working for money anymore. Because you have another amount of money coming to you, taking care of your expense. Everyone can relate to it. If you can relate to it, say I. Okay. So once that has happened, the problem that people, the change in approach that is required is that you don't just have to do a monthly investment or SIP to get to your goals. That is what is being taught right now, isn't it? But we need to take a leap further, else the life will be exactly as how you would see most other people around you. So that extraordinary life, ke liye you have to take extraordinary steps. What steps can you take? I'm going to talk to you about it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about poor mindset. Everyone needs to participate. अब थोड़ा सा intellectual side पे पूछने वाला हूँ आपसे questions, ठीक है? So how most people think about managing money does not make money. Is this statement true or false? How many people think it's false? How many people think this is true? Yes. How most people think about managing money. So let's say इस room के बाहर बहुत सारे लोग, हजारों लोग, लाखों लोग हैं. वो बाहर वाले जितने भी लोग हैं, how they are thinking about managing money. Is it making money for them? करोड़ों लोग हैं बाहर. कितनी पॉपुलेशन इंडिया की? 145 करोड़. अच्छा तो 145 करोड़ माइनस अस, ये जो लोग सोच रहे हैं, इज इट मेकिंग मनी फॉर देम? आर दे फाइनेंशियली फ्री? नो. सो isn't it the statement true that how they're thinking about making money is not making money for them? Because if it was, then everyone would be financially free, right? चलो financially free नहीं, सब rich तो होते. True? So this statement is true. It's not working for them. Now can everyone relate to it? Yes. If this statement is true, तो अब हम इसको एक equation में डालेंगे. 3 variables, variable A, B and C. Variable B is how most people think about managing money. Variable C is does not make money. ठीक है? Everyone said B is equal to C, yes? Friends, yes? So if B is equal to C and I'm adding one more variable to it and I'm saying that how you are thinking about managing money. Now अब personal हो जाते हैं. ठीक है? Say I. Everyone say I. How I am thinking about managing money. If variable A now becomes equal to variable B, that is how other people are thinking. Other people are thinking about managing money. And we know B is equal to C. So if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, is A also equal to C? Yes. Is that what we want? Friends, is that what we want? एक बार सारे तो बोलो, is that what we want? We don't want that. So we need to break the cycle. So the only question is how to make sure A is never equal to C. Isn't it true? We need to understand how A is never going to be equal to C. So how to be able to do that is changing the mindset. Because I want you to understand what is your mindset with money. It's the way that you think, it's the way that you feel, and it's the way that you act with money. Yes? Isn't this what the mindset is? How you're thinking is how you're feeling, how you're feeling, how you're acting. Let me take it a step forward and say how you're acting is what is giving you results. Those results over a period of time in your lifeline, isn't that what your financial destiny is? So am I not right in saying how you're thinking about managing money? Just that thought is 80% going to result into the life that you're going to have with money. Yes or no? Yeah, everyone, yes or no? Yes. 80% of the discussion that you have with money, exactly जो आप mind में बात कर रहे हो खुद से वही ही होने वाला है. Because that is the chain of thoughts going into reality and eventually making it a lifetime for you of experience of money. So, अब इस चीज को how do I know or how do you know? How are you thinking about money? Is it easy to know? Is it easy to know? Difficult? Acha. When you go to, how many people have met a doctor once in their life? Okay? I'm sure doctor nahi would have helped you come out and have a new life, right? So sab ek baar to mile hi hai. So when you meet, and now like jokes apart, but when you go and see a doctor when you're not well, what do you say to the doctor? Doctor, I have da 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 da. You tell them on the whole story. ठीक है, बॉस की प्रॉब्लम से लेके वाइफ की प्रॉब्लम से लेके सब कुछ बता देते हो डॉक्टर को. फिर डॉक्टर एंड में क्या कहता है? कोई बात नहीं, ये ब्लड टेस्ट करके आओ फिर बताएंगे. ट्रू मोस्ट केसेस में. सो द डॉक्टर माइट नो व्हाट द प्रॉब्लम इज बट ही इज नॉट श्योर अंटिल ही सीज फैक्ट्स, फिगर्स एंड नंबर्स. इज दैट अ साइंस और आर्ट? साइंस. पे क्लोज अटेंशन. व्हाट इफ द वे दैट यू थिंक, उसके पैरामीटर्स रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे होंगे कहीं ना कहीं पे? आपकी बॉडी में कोई प्रॉब्लम आपके ब्लड में रिफ्लेक्ट करती है? यस. द वे दैट यू थिंकिंग आपके फाइनेंशियल रिजल्ट्स में रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे होंगे? यस. एवरीवन से आई. सो इफ इट्स रिफ्लेक्टिंग समवेयर, अगर हम उस विजिबल और इनविजिबल पैरामीटर्स को ही स्कोर कर दे तो हाउ डज दैट साउंड? फ्रेंड्स, हाउ डज दैट साउंड? That is something what we call as the financial health checkup. Because before I start telling you where to invest, how to manage your money, how to manage the salary that you're taking, all of those things, अगर mindset ही corrected नहीं होगा तो will the results come, yes or no? Friends, will the results come, yes or no? Even if I tell you what stock to invest in tomorrow which is going to give you 100% return and you invest and you still make that money, is it going to forever change your life? No. So before we talk about investments, isn't this more important? Isn't this a more long-lasting discussion? Yes or no? Yes. So the question is, what if you get to know this? अब financial health checkup के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? 10 points assessment form भरेंगे, सवेरे से शाम लगेगा, फिर कोई assess करेगा, फिर हमें बताएगा. It's a lengthy process, yes? अच्छा, what if we do this in 5 minutes? In less than 5 minutes, and you get the test result right now, while I'm standing here, and you get everyone gets a personalized results right now while I'm standing here. How does that sound? If it sounds good to you, can you say aye? Okay, so this is a report worth 5 grand. What I'm going to do is just give it to you right now, right away, as my free gift for everyone. Are you willing to take that gift? Okay, so this is the favorite time in the session when you get to use your phone. Can everyone take out their phones? Okay, so what we're going to do is, can you download this app, Ask the Wise Guy app? So you go to iOS or Android, your Play stores, and Ask the Wise Guy as one word. Can you just download it? Once you have, then I'm just going to guide you through. Okay, and we're trying to do this as quickly as possible so that we move into the second half of the session where I actually start talking about demystifying the investments for you. Okay, how many people have already downloaded the app, Ask the Wise Guy? On? One word, no gaps. The app would look something like, sorry? Yeah, that word, this word, same thing. It'll look like that. So how many people have already downloaded it? Okay, still in the process. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the app and we're going to do a quick assessment. In this assessment, what is going to happen while you're downloading, let me tell you now. In this assessment, it will ask you not how much amount of money you're invested where, but it'll ask you the way that you're managing your money. Okay? When you answer the way with which you are doing it, it in itself has the way that you're thinking about money. Can you imagine the chain, how you think, how you feel, how you act? If on the way that you act, you're able to know the way that you act, it also tells you the way that you think. Yes? That is, and this app is going to walk you through many questions, but it will not take more than 2 to 3 minutes at best. Once you submit and complete this, it will send you a PDF 25-page corporate report and it will tell you out of 100 how much you've scored. Where have you scored more on every 10 of the action on the 10 different parameters. And it will also be followed by a video explaining if you've got a high score, this is what you must be doing. If you got a low score, this is what you must be doing. And how to be able to correct it. Okay, so can we all start? Shall we start doing it? Yes, everyone, how many people have got the app on the phones now? Showing pending? Is it an internet connection issue? Okay, so for how many people have got the app already? Okay, for the rest, you can simply just be with me and you can do it once we're out. Does that work for you? For the people who have already downloaded it, let's complete that assessment. Can you scroll down to the middle and you can see free financial assessment, click here. Can you see something like this in the middle? Yes? Got it? Yep, that's the one. Okay, once you click on it, what will happen? It will take you to a page. Are you able to click on it? Yes. No. So I presume the internet, the Wi-Fi, the GSM signals here are not very strong that we're able to complete it here. We can do this later too. What I would suggest, let me tell you what is going to happen once you click on it, once you have all those things working. It'll ask you for 2 minutes certain questions how you are doing it, like how do you do your budgeting, where do you plan your finances, where do you invest, are you planned for this or that? Also, it'll go through 10 different aspects. Once you answer those and submit, it'll just say thank you. Nothing will happen on the screen. Now you need to check your email address. When you check your email address, you would have received an email from my automated system. It will give you a proper scoring. It will be coming with a PDF report, 25 pages, walk you through the entire process. So is an activity, can we all do this after the session? Take 2 minutes? How many people are totally committed? No matter what happens, in 2 minutes, I will. Yes? Okay, so I'm going to leave it to you. Super. Let's move forward. Now we want to talk about the reason why I was invited here to demystify the financial investments for us. And that is a skill set. Isn't that a skill set? this skill can be scientific too. That everyone follows the same method, everyone gets the same result. How many people want the best result out of their money? Okay, superb. So that's what we're going to do. I want to start talking to you about my first friend. My first friend's name was Arun. Okay, so there was once I went to his office and he was writing a check. 10 lakh रुपए का check लिख रहा था, बड़ा खुश होके ना. He was smiling ear to ear. And I was asking, why are you so happy when you're writing a check? He was like, 10 lakh की ना FD करने वाला हूँ. That's great. What's there to be happy about? He was like, 10 लाख की FD करने वाला हूँ, इससे खुशी क्या बात है? सेव कर रहा है, इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ, प्लान कर रहा हूँ अपने पैसे. मैंने कहा ठीक है. But that's the safest way to not make money. It's like, Arpit, no, it's the safest way to make money. I know इतना ही return आएगा. It's like, that is exactly what I'm saying. That's the safest way to make sure you never make money. He got a little confused. So I explained to him. See, it's a guaranteed loss when you keep any amount of money in the bank. बैंक वो ऐसी जगह ही नहीं है जहाँ पे पैसा ग्रो कर सकता है. बैंक वो एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे पैसा ट्रांजैक्ट हो सकता है. आई एग्री. बैंक एक ऐसी जगह पैसा है जहाँ से आपके महीने के खर्चे निकल सकते हैं. आई एग्री. बैंक एक ऐसी जगह नहीं है जहाँ पे आपका पैसा ग्रो कर सकता है. क्यों? लेट्स स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट इट. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द फर्स्ट सेफ्टी ऑफ मनी इन बैंक्स अक्रॉस द वर्ल्ड. इंडिया में आज से कुछ साल पहले सिर्फ 1 लाख रुपए की फाइनेंशियल सिक्योरिटी थी विच वॉज कवर्ड अंडर द FDIC इंश्योरेंस. अब वो आफ्टर कोविड उन्होंने 5 लाख की कर दिया RBI ने, विच इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग. सो in case you have your money in a cooperative bank, do you know how many cooperative banks have been closed in the last 3 years? At least in dozens. It's not a single digit number anymore. A dozen number of banks have been revoked. Their license has been revoked by RBI. People have lost all their money, any money more than 5 lakh or 1 lakh when it was 1 lakh. हमें और ये न्यूज़ नहीं आती है. It's just a very small bottom में टाइटल आता है, this happened. Only the people जिनके साथ हुआ है they get to know about it. If you compare the same thing across other countries in the world, UK में the same insurance is 85,000 pounds and it's been there like that since 2008. How much is 85,000 pounds? 85 lakh rupees. अच्छा शायद UK में अलग होता होगा, but अगर आप US का देखो तो $250,000. How much money is that? More than 2 crores. 2 crores, 85 lakhs, 5 lakhs, which was 1 lakh. That's the safety of money. So knowing that, when I told Arun, Arun said, हाँ अर्पित मुझे पता है, तो इसीलिए तो मैं SBI में करता हूँ या मैं PNB में करता हूँ. He was telling me PSU banks. I said very good. तो चलो कहाँ पे चेक काट रहा है? He said 10 लाख का चेक SBI में काट रहा हूँ. Nothing against SBI, but I'm just taking that as an example because that's the biggest bank. The interest, if you make a 3-year FD with SBI, gives you 6.5%. So this is exactly what he was doing. I said, अच्छा इसमें से net return after taxes कितना आएगा? He says कि I'm in the 33% tax slab, so I will pay a third of the money there. मेरे को 4.4% approximately return आएगा after taxes. I said good. I said, have you also calculated one more thing? He was like, what? So what are we missing here? Inflation. So the inflation data of Feb 22, retail inflation was 6.5%. अब क्या बचा? तो आपको पैसा मिल रहा है या आप दे रहे हो? There are certain countries in the world जहाँ पे FD करने का पैसा देना होता है. India indirectly happens to be one of them. And almost, if you look at this comparable, almost every country in the world में answer negative ही आएगा. Because money is stored in the form of a currency. Money can be in any form. Gold, silver भी money था जब currency नहीं थी. Currency आया तो currency के अंदर money चला गया. अब उस money को जब आप बैंक में रखते हो तो उस पे inflation सबसे पहले लगती है और tax लगता है. This is the reason why money kept in the bank in the form of a currency will never yield you anything. So your relationship with the bank, not the relationship manager, उसके साथ नहीं, your relationship with the money in the bank needs to change. You should only keep that amount of money जो आपका day to day reserve है, day to day expense का पैसा है. Any more money in the bank is surely going to go into negative. But now your next concern would be कि कहीं और लगाएंगे तो inflation और ये tax तो छोड़ो, हो सकता है पैसा ही कम हो जाए. Right? Isn't that what the fear is? नहीं तो सब लगा ही रहे होते. Yes? पीछे वाले yes? Yes. So the question is, how do we get to that? I'm going to tell you. One wise way that one can take, and it's whatever I'm going to talk about is generic information, and when you put it into your context, you need to do a little bit more research. So ये मैं थोड़ा सा आपको एक disclaimer दे रहा हूँ, because the things I'm going to talk to you about, उसमें थोड़ा सा tailor making करना होता है before you actually start applying it. But for knowledge sake, I want you to understand everything I'm telling you. Rather than keeping your money with State Bank of India bank account, even if you take that money and put it into a State Bank of India debt mutual fund, your returns naturally go up. When you're investing in that, so this illustration is just a picture that I took, because returns will change every day. There is something that you look at, YTM. Everyone say it with me. YTM. One more time, twice as loud. YTM. YTM, which means yield to maturity. So there are different 16 type of categories in debt mutual funds. Why is it better than an FD? Because returns are higher. I'll tell you how much. And the liquidity is there. So you don't have to go to the bank or the branch to take this money out. You simply sell online, सब कुछ करोगे, पैसा अपने आप आ जाएगा आपके पास. That's a system which is already automatic today, and so many apps are already doing it. So I won't spend time on the automation part. I'll spend time on the mindset and the skill set part. There are 16 type of debt funds. The lowest is overnight, then it is liquid, then it's ultra short and short. इन सब की टाइमलाइंस अलग अलग होती हैं. अगर आप शॉर्ट टर्म में लगा रहे हो तो आप 1 साल के लिए लगा रहे हो. अल्ट्रा शॉर्ट में लगा रहे हो तो 3 महीने से 1 साल के लिए लगा रहे हो. अगर आप लिक्विड में लगा रहे हो तो आप 3 महीने के लिए लगा रहे हो. आप ओवरनाइट में लगा रहे हो तो आप 1 दिन के लिए लगा रहे हो. All of these instruments are internally calibrated इस तरीके से कि they start making more returns than what the bank is offering you. और ये पता है कहाँ लगाते हैं पैसा? आपस में एक दूसरे में. So इसके अंदर they'll give some money to this bank, they'll put some money in this commercial paper, they'll put some money into this cash deposits, so CDs, yeah, all of these instruments, they mix match and create it in such a way. अब आपके पास अगर 100 करोड़ होते तो सारे एक बैंक में डालते, अलग अलग जगह डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते, कुछ में थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा आता, कुछ में कम आता, कुछ में स्टैग्नेंट होता. तो ये भी यही कर रहे हैं. इनके पास तो हैं 10,000 करोड़, हम सब के ही लगे हुए हैं. तो उस पैसे को लेके अलग अलग जगह इस तरह से डाइवर्सिफाई करते हैं कि यू आर एबल टू गेट अ हायर रिटर्न. सो दिस हायर रिटर्न यू कैन विड्रॉ व्हेन एवर यू लाइक. टैक्सेशन अभी भी सेम है, पहले डिफरेंट होता था, अब तो बिल्कुल सेम है. सो यू कैन गेट मोर फ्रॉम द मनी दैट यू कैन विड्रॉ एट एनी पॉइंट इन टाइम. इन 1 or 2 days द मनी कम्स इन टू योर अकाउंट. So there is no need of putting money for in the bank at 6.5%. यहाँ पे, if you look at this, at the time when I took this picture, ICICI में, how many people bank with ICICI? So ICICI is giving this mutual fund, which is a AAA rated average quality short-term fund for 1 year is giving 8%, 8.15. Then ABSL is giving 4, HDFC is giving 7.9, Kotak 7.85. Barodra 7.79, SBI also 7.79. The company is the same. It's a different division. They do things differently. And what we need to understand is simply that if I keep my money, the same money in the bank, it's going to grow down faster. So क्या यहाँ से करने से मेरे returns exponential हो जाएंगे? Is this going to make me rich? No. This is just going to optimize that amount of money which I might need at any given point. So the first step is कि at least what I'm keeping in the bank वहाँ से निकाल के 1 महीने, 2 महीने, 3 महीने का खर्चा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रखूँ बैंक में, बाकी सारा निकाल के मैं ऐसी जगह लगाऊँ जहाँ पे मैं निकाल भी सकूँ लेकिन मुझे रिटर्न भी ज़्यादा मिले. Does everyone follow? Yes. Okay. Once I do that, I start making 1.5% more. If I just calculate it on a 5 lakh की भी FD, you are actually going to make over a, क्योंकि आप 1 साल तो करोगे नहीं, लाइफ लॉन्ग फिर वही करोगे जो आपको पता है, तो over a 25-year period of life, you're making about 2 lakh rupees extra. Just simply by doing this. One small tip or trick. Doesn't change anything in the way you're managing money, just one small thing. And you're able to get this benefit. पहले और भी ज़्यादा था, taxation benefit भी था. That is gone now, but at least you can still get the benefit of this. So what we need to do is now, this is a very important activity. I want everyone to do this with me. the definition of FD, let's say it together. FD grows by money by minus 2%. Everyone say it. FD grows my money by minus 2%. Okay, so need to change the dialogue first. Second thing is the trigger. So when do you make an FD? When you have more money, आपको लगता है इतने पैसे तो मुझे चाहिए नहीं, क्या करूँगा? FD बना लेता हूँ. FD नहीं बनाएंगे, आप क्या कर सकते हैं? अलग अलग नीड्स के हिसाब से फ्रॉम लिक्विड टू शॉर्ट टू मीडियम मे बी इवन लॉन्ग टर्म के डेट फंड्स ले सकते हैं by getting extra return without compromising liquidity. Tax अब same है. Okay, now once I do that, my perception and experience both will start changing with money. Yes, everyone say aye. Yes. So now I want to talk about another asset class, which is precious metals. Precious metals में the one which is most common is gold. So India loves gold. Do you know in the total import that India does, उसमें gold कौन से रैंक पे आता है? कैटेगरी वाइज ऑयल के बाद गोल्ड है. सेकेंड हाईएस्ट इंपोर्ट्स in terms of volume is of gold in India. This is how much India loves gold. अब गोल्ड की अगर हम बात करें तो there it could be three things. I want you to tell me आप इसमें से किससे relate कर सकते हो. So when you put money into gold, is it that you're creating a reserve? Is it that it's a hedge against inflation? Or is it that you're making a investment? How many people can relate to a reserve, that it's a reserve? मैं गोल्ड में पैसा लगा लो, रिजर्व बन रहा है मेरा. No one thinks like that. Okay. How many people think it's an investment? I'm investing my money in gold, it will give me a return. Okay. And how many people think it's a hedge against inflation? कि भाई जितना inflation है उतना ही gold बढ़ जाएगा तो मेरा पैसा break even पे आ जाएगा. See, all three people are right in their own way because that is how they are doing it. But when you look at the statement of RBI, does RBI ever say we have a currency investment of $5 million and 5 tons of gold? Or do they say we have a currency reserve? What sort of statement have you heard? It's a reserve. Because that is how they use it. How do we want to use it? In a way that it gives us the maximum return on investment. तो उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा I'll today tell you something about gold that you would have never heard. Okay? Everyone say this with me, say never heard. एक बार ऐसे करो, हाथ भी ऐसे ही करना पड़ेगा. Say never heard. कि तो ऐसी चीज आने वाली है आपके पास. So there are three things that actually define the price of gold in India. हमें लगता है कि अभी धनतेरस आ रहा है, दिवाली आ रहा है तो गोल्ड के रेट बढ़ेंगे. Right? My friend Arun also still to this date thinks like that. And how wrong is he? I'll explain why. Because the price of gold is determined by 3 factors. It's the global price of gold in dollar terms per ounce. The second is the dollar and INR rate. That is how you convert the price. And third is the import duty. But factually, India में gold के rate बढ़ते हैं जब दिवाली और धनतेरस आता है. But how is it that both statements are true at the same time? Because the intrinsic price of gold is still the same, but you're paying a premium for it. That's the best kept secret of the gold traders. The price of the gold is what it is. आप प्रीमियम पे खरीद रहे हो. क्या वो प्रीमियम बाद में रहेगा? तो प्रीमियम कब होता है? जब डिमांड ज्यादा होती है, कम होती है. तो जब सारे लोग एक ही चीज फील करेंगे तो won't they be able to sell at a higher price? तो वो प्रीमियम किसको मिलता है? आपको मिलता है या उनको मिलता है? तो इज इट ट्रू कि हम अभी खरीद के दोबारा उसी प्रीमियम में हायर मार्कअप करके सेल कर पाए? वो तो पॉसिबल ही नहीं, क्योंकि इसकी इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू नहीं है. दिवाली धनतेरस गया, क्रिसमस आ गया, आप बेच पाओगे उसी प्रीमियम पे? तो फॉर समथिंग दैट्स वर्थ 100 आप खरीदी 105 में रहे हो, तो उसमें से रिटर्न कैसे निकलेगा? 5 तो आपने पहले ही लूज कर लिए, स्टार्टिंग एट -5. इज एवरीवन एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड? इफ यू आर, कैन यू से आई? Okay, so what we're going to do instead is मैं आपको प्रीमियम नहीं, अब डिस्काउंट पे खरीदवाऊंगा. डिस्काउंट पे खरीदना है किसी को गोल्ड पे? Yes? बस इतने लोगों को. What about the others? Do you want a discount on price of gold? Yes. Okay, so how are we going to do it? Let's start talking about it. I want to first break this down into a very simple, very simple understanding of the price of gold in all 3 parameters over the last 12 years. Is 12 years a long enough time? Yes, ठीक है. तो 12 साल में अभी गोल्ड का प्राइस अभी भी 2000 नहीं है, थोड़ा 1950 1960 के आसपास है. 2011 September, it was at $1,920. So in this period, gold ने सिर्फ $80 का गेन दिया, which is 4% के आसपास. How many years? 12 years में total 4% आया है. ये average नहीं है, ये total है. Oh sorry, हाँ, average तो 0.34 है. ठीक है? Next factor, the dollar price. तो dollar price होता था 49 का, अब आ गया 82 पे. तो dollar has gone up by 64-65%. The third factor is gold, is the import duty, which is at how much? 12.5%. It was 2% back then. तो gold duty बढ़ गई. अब मुझे एक बड़ा simple तरीके से बताओ. अभी gold 52,000 जितने का भी चल रहा है as live price. My only question is, in this what has gone up? Has the gold price actually gone up truly? Has the dollar price gone up? Has the import duty gone up? So isn't that the reason why the price of gold has gone up in India? But the gold, which is what you actually bought, वो नहीं बढ़ा, बाकी सब बढ़ गया. चलो आपको ये सब नहीं पता था. Despite knowing that, still you got the benefit of investing in gold, yes? Without even this knowledge, return तो अभी भी आ रहा है ना. 25-26 हजार का गोल्ड लिया था, 50 का तो हो ही गया. True? ठीक है. But if you again calculate it in that way, you pay the taxes and you have to adjust for inflation, again the answer comes to a negative number. Now what do we do? So we need to change the way that we are buying gold. That is where I'm coming to. Because if you buy physical coin, gold bars, all of those things, what will happen? First, you have to put it into a locker. Does the bank give you a locker like this? Free lockers available? कहीं लिखा है किसी बैंक के बाहर? क्या करना पड़ता है बैंक में लॉकर लेने के लिए? ईयरली चार्जेस, एफडीज, इंश्योरेंस खरीदो उनसे, तब तो वो आपको एंटरटेन करेंगे. तो फर्स्ट दे आर मेकिंग मनी ऑन आवर फाइनेंशियल इग्नोरेंस. दैट इज व्हेन वी गेट अ लॉकर. अच्छा, लॉकर ले भी लिया. अब मुझे ये बताओ, बैंक में अगर चोरी हो गई तो रियम्बर्स कर देंगे फिर? सो आप कह रहे हो कि वे बाइंग एन एसेट क्लास जो नेगेटिव रिटर्न देता है, फिर उसको संभालने के लिए आप बैंक में लॉकर करने के लिए एफडीज और इंश्योरेंसेस खरीद रहे हो, और बैंक में रखने के बाद भी बैंक आपको रियम्बर्स नहीं करेगा अगर चोरी हो गई तो? व्हाट? दैट डजंट मेक सेंस. एंड डिस्पाइट दैट, चलो आप ये नहीं करोगे, आप ऐसा करोगे, आप घर में लॉकर खरीद लोगे, गोदरेज को पैसे दे दोगे, कोई बात नहीं, कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट कर लिया, फिर काम आ जाएगा. अभी भी थेफ्ट और डिस्प्यूट के लिए तो ये ओपन है. अ कॉइन, गोल्ड कॉइन इन माई हैंड इज माइन. इफ आई गिव इट यू, इट्स इन योर हैंड, नाउ इट्स योर्स. देयर इज नो ओनरशिप, राइट? आई कांट राइट माई नेम ऑन इट एंड से दिस इज माइन. These are some problems people have been dealing with, especially our past generation. और ये सबको overcome करने के लिए आप insurance लोगे. None of these things actually are practical and people still although do it. And that too for an asset class जिसमें negative return आ रहा है. But there is a better way to go around it. How many people want to know the wise way of going about it? Yes? Can I hear an aye? Okay. So the simple method is actually investing into a sovereign gold bond. This is one of two ways that I'll tell you today. In fact, one of three. Okay. Investing in a sovereign gold bond, the first thing is it is backed by the Reserve Bank of India, so it's government guaranteed. The second thing is that instead of, so अभी बैंक में पैसा रखते तो इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, कितना मिलता है सेविंग्स पे? 2%, 2.5%, 3%, इतना ये भी आपको देगा. So that's one benefit that you're going to get. Okay, whatever amount of savings interest the bank is going to give you, the same amount RBI is going to give you if you invest in RBI, in SGB. The second benefit that you're going to get out of this is that this is one of the only few instruments which is totally tax free. So if you buy the sovereign gold bond when the fresh issue happens, only then, and you hold it till 8 years, जो इसकी maturity cycle है, any capital gains that you made is totally tax free. Now what if you want to sell it? बीच में ज़रूरत पड़ गई गोल्ड की, तो you can sell it in the middle in the secondary market also, which is on the stock exchange. So it is liquid, it is tax free, it pays you interest which the bank gives you, and any capital gain that you make in gold is what your real benefit is going to come, which is going to come over a period of time. Doing so, If you compare it with the other method, you're going to save about 16,350 yearly. You know, you multiply that by 25 years, you're making an extra 4 lakh rupees in the entire time, just on a 5 lakh rupees worth gold. 5 लाख के गोल्ड पे 4 लाख का आपको गेन मिलेगा, तो you can calculate it for yourself. The ideology, this is very important because this is how we interact with each other. Our ideology needs to change. पहली क्या है? Precious metal like gold is not an investment or it's not even a tool to beat inflation. It is a reserve. But we need to have this reserve. And this reserve should be done in a money efficient way, which gives you money, which creates income for you rather than take it away from you. Once you do that, you've been able to create a money reserve in gold. And when do you do this? Festivals, Dhanteras, Diwali. अच्छा, Dhanteras के बारे में भी ना, something I want to tell you, not many people know. Dhanteras is a festival of wealth, because Dhan, it's not true. Dhanteras is a festival of Dhanavantari. Dhanavantari has nothing to do with wealth. It is everything to do with health. We've been, okay, I'll try to say this nicely. हमारा बहुत बड़ा पागल बनाया है, बहुत बड़ा, और पूरी मार्केटिंग वर्ल्ड ने हमें ऐसा उल्लू बनाया कि हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हमारा उल्लू बना हुआ है. इससे नाइसली मैं नहीं बोल सकता इस बात को. दिस इज द रियलिटी. कोलगेट पहले कहता था कौन सा वाला टूथब्रश करो, चारकोल वाला, फिर उसने बोला नीम वाला करो, फिर उसने कहा आपके टूथपेस्ट में नमक है कि नहीं है, फिर घूम फिर के अब दोबारा आ गए चारकोल पे करो. भाई श्योर हो जाओ ना क्या करना है, फिर वही कर लेंगे. लेकिन दिस इज हाउ मार्केटिंग वर्क्स. हर ट्रेंड के हिसाब से दे नीड टू कम अप विद समथिंग न्यू. धनवंतरी इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ सेलिंग गोल्ड. It's a festival, if you understand Sanatan Dharma, it's a festival of health, not wealth. So, this is what we need to come out of. This is what I'm talking about. You need to change your mindset. You should not follow what other people are saying or doing. You will get the same results. Is now everyone able to understand? If you are, can I hear an aye? Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. So, how many people's perception towards gold has changed? Okay, now I think about it a little differently than what I was thinking before the session. So this is not the only way. You can buy gold in a ETF format as well. You can even buy silver in ETF format as well. Both are digital. They won't pay you interest, but at least it's digital. You don't have to worry about the managing it per se. Now I want to talk about an asset class जिसमें 80% आपका पैसा लगा हुआ है. मुझे कैसे पता है? Because I've been doing this for 10 years, I know. 80% of the people have 80% of their money in real estate. Yes? Yes. Now, the thing is, अब real estate मुझे समझाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. You know, agricultural, industrial, warehouse, commercial, all of this is real estate. It could be built or unbuilt. Let's not go in discussion. We already know that. What we don't know is understanding the expense that it requires when you invest in real estate. And this might go in a probably going to make you feel uncomfortable a little, because आपको अभी तक बहुत अच्छा लगता था रियल एस्टेट. ये सुनने के बाद शायद या तो मैं अच्छा नहीं लगूंगा या रियल एस्टेट अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, क्योंकि मैं ऐसी बात बताने वाला हूँ जो शायद अच्छी ना लगे सुन के, बट ये ट्रू होगी. बात ये है कि द मोमेंट यू बाय रियल एस्टेट यू हैव मेड अ -10% रिटर्न दैट वेरी मोमेंट. द वेरी मोमेंट यू बाय इट. हाउ? आई विल एक्सप्लेन. See, when you buy real estate, what happens? First thing you pay, stamp duty, 6 to 8%, depending on your state. Yes? What else do you pay? Registration, 1% gone. Then do you buy it yourself directly going to the house of the owner? No. You need to have someone in the middle. You need a broker, 1% for that. अच्छा, ये सब करने के बाद भी, is it maintenance free? Security कोई problem नहीं है? You have to take care of that too. GST भी तो देना है. When you take care of all of these expenses, you'll understand if you bought a real estate worth 1 crore, you spend 10 lakhs on top to get there. Yes? Yes. Can you, now, here is the question. If the value of the property was 1 crore and I spent 10 lakhs to get it, my total investment is 1.1 crore. Can I sell this house for 1.1 crore right now, the moment I buy it? Why? Because the intrinsic value is still at 1 crore, right? My acquisition cost is 1.1. आप ऐसे सोचते नहीं क्यों? क्योंकि आपको बताता कौन है? आपका ब्रोकर. ब्रोकर क्या कह रहा है? अरे आपका घर की वैल्यू 1.1 करोड़ है, तो आपका माइंड सोचने लगता है कि 1.1 करोड़ से ऊपर मैं कैसे बेचूं। आप ये नहीं सोच रहे मैं 1 करोड़ से ऊपर कैसे बेचूं, क्योंकि आपको तो दिख रहा है ना मैंने 1.1 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट किया है, तो आप अपने रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट देख रहे हो, यू आर नॉट लुकिंग एट द इंट्रिंसिक वैल्यू ऑफ द हाउस. That is where the gap is. So the whole thing we need to understand is ki the reason why, so people buy stocks today and sell tomorrow, make a profit out of it, but they can't do that into real estate. This is the reason. एक दिन में 10% तो नहीं बढ़ने वाला, and I'm not talking about कि आप stock में invest करो, I'm just giving a comparative example. We need to understand the cost it requires to buying a real estate. So the idea is, and just for everyone's understanding, today I'm not talking about कि आपको इधर invest करना है या इधर करना है. I'm not telling you that. I'm saying हर जगह invest करना है, but हर जगह wisely, smartly, optimize होके करना है. Yes? Yes. So we need to understand, once we understand these costs, अच्छा return defined है? Return defined नहीं. Liquidity defined है? So 10% लूज कर रहे हैं, रिटर्न और लिक्विडिटी डिफाइंड नहीं है. फिर why is 80% people's money in 80%, so 80% people have 80% invested in real estate? Because that is what they've seen that has worked for them in the past. क्योंकि 10 साल होल्ड कर लोगे फिर तो रिटर्न आ ही जाएगा, फिर तो बाहर मिल ही जाएगा. तो 10% का पहले लॉस कवर करेंगे, उसके बाद प्रॉफिट में इसको सेल कर देंगे. यही तो होता है फ्रेंड्स. यस नो? यस. सो लेट्स change that thought process. What if I say कि you start overcoming this break even almost in the first 18 months only. You don't have to wait 2-3 years. Guaranteed है. बड़ा आसान तरीका है. I'll explain. If you go for rentals, right now we've been conditioned in the mind कि real estate के gain आता है when you sell it at a higher price. Yes? We need not do that. If you go for a rental on a warehousing, industrial or commercial property, it gives you a guaranteed 5 or 6% income from the day that you buy it. From the day. So a property worth 1 crore will yield how much lakhs in a year? 5 to 6 lakhs. How do you get to know कि मुझे कितना return आने वाला है? You can get to know what is the rate of rental in my area. You can buy that property which is already on rent. You only exchange hands with the owner, has nothing to do with the tenant, and you're making money. There you go, from the very day you buy it. So what this will do is it will reduce the costs for you. आपका cost का break even बहुत जल्दी आ जाएगा. When you do that, first thing you need to go for a very trusted property broker. Go for a prime location. You can know this yield of 6% even before you buy it. So it's not something you're speculating. And this is the most sure thing. The most sure thing in the financial world कि you have a tenant on a 3-year lease which is going to pay you this much, else उसके 3 महीने के पैसे आपके पास पड़े हैं, वो कहीं नहीं जाएगा. Are you all able to understand? Right? So can everyone do this with me? Raise your hand like this and say this is the most sure thing. एक बार और दोबारा करते हैं, so याद रहेगा. Can everyone do this? Say this is the most sure thing. दिस इज द मोस्ट श्योर थिंग. क्योंकि रियल एस्टेट में रेट बढ़ेंगे घटेंगे आपको नहीं पता, लेकिन टेनेंट 3 साल का लॉक इन पे आपके साथ बैठा है, वो कहीं नहीं जा रहा जब तक वो अपना सिक्योरिटी डिपॉजिट अगर उसको प्यारा है तो. राइट? इफ इज इन अ लीज फॉर 3 years ही इज नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर. वंस दैट हैपेंस द कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन, इज इट गोइंग टू स्टॉप? क्योंकि आपने रेंट पे लिया है. इज इट गोइंग टू स्टॉप? यस, नो? इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू स्टॉप. इट विल कंटिन्यू. इनफैक्ट, don't you think the demand for your property is going to be higher as compared to other people because you have rental coming on it? So will the liquidity be more for your this? Maybe can you charge a little bit extra also because you have all of these things happening? So doesn't that naturally give you a better edge over the rest of the estate? The mistake that other people are doing is वो ना कहीं शहर से बाहर दूर जाके एक प्लॉट लेते हैं, फिर वो वेट करते हैं यहाँ पे रोड बनेगी ना फिर मैं बेचूंगा इसको. There's nothing wrong with it. The only problem is you don't know वो रोड बनेगी कि नहीं. और जब बन जाती है तो everything is good. जब नहीं बनती तो 5 साल तक वो खरीदार भी नहीं मिलेगा आपको उसका. That is the surest way of creating more uncertainties in our financial life. And I'm sure अभी already बहुत सारी हैं. We don't need to add one more. Yes? Yes? So we need to work with a scientific method which gives same results to you and I. Are we getting there? Yes. So if you do this even on a 50 lakh rupees ka maybe a flat that you got on the side, You sell that and you go into a commercial warehousing or industrial property. This can start giving you 3 lakh rupees yearly fixed income. And if you multiply that over the 25 years of your working life, you're talking about 75 lakh rupees in rental. Now, here are the benefits. First, I have not included rental escalation. Happens by 10% every year. Appreciation on the value of property. 25 साल में क्या अभी भी 50 लाख की होगी या 5 करोड़ की हो जाएगी? 5 करोड़ की हो सकती है. अच्छा, रेंट पे 30% स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन मिलता है तो सिर्फ 70% पे टैक्स लगता है. तो एनीवेज यू आर मोर टैक्स एफिशिएंट. This is the easiest, simplest way to create fixed monthly income for yourself. And after this, I'll talk about other assets which can help you grow the wealth on the side too. Okay? So what we need to do is, a lot of people start thinking, मेरे पास 50 लाख रुपए नहीं, अब मैं क्या करूं? Right? I don't have 50 lakh rupees spare. I don't have an estate which is worth 50 lakhs. Now what do I do? So you can buy properties even starting from 25 lakhs, half of that value. And this will give you 7 to 12% rental income. So, wondering how? Can you ask me how? So, there are these methods that you can follow. Again, I'm not endorsing them. I'm just telling you what is out there. You need to do your own research. There are companies like Starta Warehouse. What they do is, वो एक company बनाते हैं, company के अंदर land खरीदते हैं, उस land के ऊपर warehouse build करते हैं, साथ में एक tenant लाते हैं, 5, 6, 7, 8 साल का उसको lease पे डालते हैं, फिर इस company के shares बेच देते हैं. You become the shareholder. You can buy it in 25 lakhs के blocks. You don't have to pay any registration fees. So 6 से 8% बच गया. You are the owner, percentage owner in that business. Rent already fixed है, pre-leased है, and you buy that. You buy the shares of that company, and the company does not have anything else apart from that property in the share. And you start making this income. This same thing is also happening on the listed part. वो 2 लाख से भी आप कर सकते हो. REITs is what that is. But that's very advanced. You need to understand valuations and technicals to get there. But this is something that you can start with. And this is already a proven model. And every product that they've at least started, I can tell you, I've seen them grow from scratch to where they are. Every estate that they have is totally sold out. The risk involved is being able to sell it to the next person. अब आपका अपना रियल एस्टेट आपको सेल करना बहुत इजी है उस कॉन्टेक्स्ट से कि आपको नया ओनर चाहिए. इसके अंदर यूर सेलिंग योर स्टेक नॉट द प्रॉपर्टी, यूर सेलिंग योर स्टेक टू अनदर पर्सन. सो आई वुडंट कॉल इट अ रिस्क, इट्स अ डिफरेंशिएटर. आई फील 25 lakhs इज ईजियर टू अफोर्ड देन 50. आई फील जब मेरे को ये डील अच्छी लगी तो किसी और को भी अच्छी लगेगी. तो एज लॉन्ग एज नथिंग ड्रास्टिक चेंजेस, एवरीथिंग इज फाइन. It's each to their own, I would say. If we have the caliber to buy freehold, create a commercial property on it and sell it on rental, there's nothing like it. Uska approximate 4.5-5% का yield आता है. If you don't want that hassle, or you think you don't have enough capital, or you want to delegate this to professionals, then this is the method. All I'm saying is you should know all the options and then make a choice by yourself. Yes? Yes. Okay. Now, let's change our ideology, how we think about real estate. The first thing is it's an asset class. If it is not used as home or place of work, this is the biggest liability that you have. You're thinking कि मेरा सबसे बड़ा asset है. I'm saying 80% वो liability asset नहीं है. क्यों? Security, maintenance, and you're starting with -10 and you're waiting 10 years to get to making a good profit out of it. But this can be converted into the best asset class if you make fixed income and let long-term capital appreciation happen by itself. Because that anyways you can't control. So what you can't control, let that be. What you can control, what is the surest way? Rentals. Yes? Friends, yes or no? पीछे वाले एक बार बोलेंगे yes, no? बीच वाले yes, no? आगे वाले yes, no? Okay. So, what is the trigger? When do you buy a real estate? Whenever you have substantial profits, business bonus आ गया, या एक property sell कर ली. This is when you have that sort of cash flow, you want to buy a property. So catch yourself at the trigger point itself. Change the mindset. Change your results. Now, I want you to tell me who said this statement. Our mind sees risk in mostly everything it does not understand. Who said it? You're not going to fall for it again. Fair enough. Okay, so quick question. I want everyone to be on their toes. You don't have to stand on your toes, but mentally be on your toes and answer the question without thinking. Okay, this is how fast you have to be. Don't think, but answer. Okay, ready? Everyone ready? Everyone ready? Okay. So I want you to tell me the first word that comes in your mind when I say, ready? Stock markets. Go on, say it. Come on, पीछे वाले सारे बोलो. Okay, everyone. बोलो इतना नहीं सोचना जल्दी. Fast. Okay. Okay. Let's read the statement again, everyone together. Our, everyone say our mind sees. बस रिस पे रुक जाओ. What was the first word that came to people's mind when I said stock market? Okay. So somewhere maybe this is true. True? How? अच्छा एक और एग्जांपल देता हूँ. अगर if we close the lights of this room, are you as comfortable as you are with the lights? No. What is that? What you cannot see. You see that as a risk. Yes? इससे relevant example क्या दे सकता हूँ आपको, right? Darkness में डर क्यों लगता है? Because we can't see. We need to have physical light or mental light to be able to have comfort and predictability. So I want to talk to you about that. What I'm about to tell you now is could be the biggest learning for many of you. It could be the change in your life, in your financial life for many of you. Are you ready? Okay. Because what I'm about to tell you is a method कि उसमें 8th class का बच्चा भी अगर सीख के कर ले और उसको एक ही बार करना है क्योंकि ऑटोमेट हो सकता है. Everyone's going to get the same result. Everyone. Doesn't require any special intelligence. You don't have to be a PhD or a MBA or even a 9th pass. You can still get the same money result. How is what we're going to talk about. So let's break this down like totally बहुत ही simple कर देते हैं. Stock market होता क्या है? A place where stocks are traded. Yes? Stocks को अगर आप combine कर दो और उसको basket में डाल दो तो उसको index कहते हैं. सबसे बड़ी इंडेक्स इंडिया की कौन सी है? सेंसेक्स निफ्टी. सबने नाम सुना है? हाउ मेनी पीपल हर्ड अबाउट सेंसेक्स एंड निफ्टी? यस. सो सेंसेक्स और निफ्टी इज जस्ट बेसिकली अ कलेक्शन ऑफ स्टॉक्स. ठीक है, बास्केट बना दी. लेकिन उसका एक क्राइटेरिया होता है. व्हाट इज द क्राइटेरिया? द टॉप 30 कंपनीज मार्केट कैप के बेसिस पे बिकम सेंसेक्स. द टॉप 50 बिकम्स निफ्टी 50. नाउ यू वंडरिंग मार्केट कैप ये कहाँ बिकती है? ये वाली कैप नहीं है. कैपिटलाइजेशन. Market capitalization क्या होता है? If you just multiply the price of the stock, let's say Tata Motors कितने का है? 400 का. तो 400 into कितने स्टॉक ट्रेड हो रहे हैं मार्केट में? let's say 10. 400 into 10 कितना हो गया? 4000. 4000 करोड़ is the market cap, for example, जितना भी होगा उसका. So higher market cap, higher rank. If you're in top 30, top 50, you become Sensex or Nifty. Simple? Yes, everyone with me? Okay. And if you look at the stock by itself, you just become, if you buy it, you're becoming a equity stake owner in that company. It doesn't mean you're speculating. It doesn't mean anything. That is what you want out of it, कि उसका rate बढ़े. But for the stock, you just become a shareholder. That's it. आपका कोई role नहीं है, but आप owner, इतने percentage owner हो आप उस company में. Okay, everyone understands this much? बस इतना ही है. So this is stock market for you. But the question is, how do we make money out of it? So there are two ways to do it. There is a direct way and there is an indirect way. पहले direct way की बात करते हैं. When you're talking about direct way, how most people were doing it in the past, maybe even people are still are, they by themselves open a demat account because their friend is making money in the stock market and the market is going up, and every day this is what they see in the newspaper और news channels तो भरे ही हुए हैं कि ये आज खरीदो, ये बेचो, ये खरीदो. तो they say okay, मैं खोल सकता हूँ अकाउंट और मैं खुद ही इन्वेस्ट कर सकता हूँ. And once they do that, they directly invest in stocks in the market. 95% of the time, what happens? What happens? They make a loss. Yes? Okay. This is what scares people. और फिर these scared people tell other people they don't want to invest now. उनको लगता है मैं तो पहले ही बोल रहा था नहीं लगाने थे पैसे. अब आपने लगा लिया, कोई बात नहीं. आगे मत करना. बात खत्म. दिस इज एंड ऑफ स्टोरी, स्टॉक मार्केट नहीं जाना, यही होता है फ्रेंड्स, यही होता है. ओके, दैट conversation is now about to change. So the financial markets, the industry knew कि ये problem है. So what they did is they started making a change in this. What change did they make? They said we're going to create a indirect market. Indirect market में क्या होगा? आपके पास एक direct selling agent आएगा या फिर एक sales agent आएगा. What's the difference between the two? Direct selling agent is a person जो 5, 6, 7, 8 अलग अलग फंड्स को आपको सेल करेगा. This is known as a financial planner. This is known as a mutual fund agent, etc., etc. Now this person is going to take money from you and they're going to invest it in the company they are talking about. तो क्या वो पैसा उस कंपनी के एमडी या सीईओ को मिलता है? नहीं. क्या वो उस पैसे को देखता है? नहीं. वो आगे एक रिसर्च टीम हायर करते हैं. तो क्या रिसर्च टीम आपका पैसा मैनेज कर रही है? कौन मैनेज कर रहा है? फंड मैनेजर. So how many people here have invested in a mutual fund? How many people have spoken to the fund manager? How many people have read the research methodology? That is what the problem is. And what basis do we make the investment on the basis of past returns? Makes sense. Past में अच्छा करा तो future में अच्छा करेगा. So Warren Buffett on this said very interesting thing. He says कि जब आप गाड़ी चलाते हो, do you look at the windscreen or the rear view mirror? Windscreen, right? Only when you're checking your safety is when you look at the rear view mirror or you're reversing. True? So can you drive a car looking at this rear view mirror? Can you make an investment looking at the past returns? This is his ideology. It makes sense. Why? Because past return is never a guarantee of the future. It is just what has happened in the past और उसका ये रिजल्ट रहा. अगर नई चेंजेस आएंगे तो नई चेंजेस के नए रिजल्ट्स आएंगे. ट्रू? आपकी पास्ट लाइफ, डज इट गारंटी योर फ्यूचर लाइफ? Only until the point the same very things keep on happening. If you make new changes, new results will come. Same way mutual funds. Past में जो हुआ था जैसा उसने एक्ट किया वैसा रिजल्ट आया. फ्यूचर में जैसा करेंगे वैसा आएगा. क्या वही लोग अगले 100 साल भी काम करने वाले जो पिछले 100 साल कर रहे थे? नहीं. People will change, mindset will change because it is based on a fund manager. वो क्या सोचता है, right? Yes? Okay. Now this, but still they're smart people, they know what they're doing, they still are creating returns. The money gets invested in a pool of fund and this is how your money is managed. You think ये है वो लोग जिसकी वजह से मेरे को रिजल्ट आ रहा है. आप इनसे पूछते हो, but actually this is the guy making the calls. Anyhow, we're talking about investing into mutual funds. So let's now simplify mutual funds. There are 3 different categories. If you look at it, there are equity जो stock और index based होते हैं, debt based 16 timelines and hybrid debt and equity. If you were to categorize mutual funds as 16 type of debt, 10 equity, 6 hybrids, 43 asset management companies and just 2600 mutual funds, so you know which one you're going to invest in now, right? Do you know? सब में डाल दें 5-5 रुपए, कुछ तो हो ही जाएगा. ऐसे कर लें. Diversification. What do we do? So how do you choose the right one? Is it making sense so far, friends? Logical चल रहा हूँ, step by step चल रहा हूँ, relatable for everyone. ठीक है. So how does a fund know it's doing well or not? They compare themselves with the market. Market क्या है? Index, because that's the top 30, top 50. Now you would be amazed to know 70% of the times. How many times? 70% of the times on a 5-year period basis, they're not able to beat the index. Would you like to play a game जिसमें 70% time you're going to lose? No. Would you like to invest at a place जहाँ पे 70% likely है कि आपको कम return आएगा? Risk लेकिन उतना नहीं ले रहे हो आप. Does it make sense? Friends, does it make sense? It doesn't make sense कि if it's not in my favor, why should I do it? Yes? Second thing is, क्या ये free में करने वाले हैं? नहीं, they're going to charge something from you. What are they going to charge? Expense. अब ये expense can be as much as 2.5% based on SEBI's directive. This is the highest they can charge. So let's say you, I'm sure कि आपके funds कम cost करते होंगे, जितने भी cost करते हैं, let's say कि 2.5% का एक fund है. I can reduce the cost. So same fund manager, same strategy, same company, I can pay 1% less. How can I do that? I can simply go into, rather than going regular mutual funds, I can buy direct plans. Means I'm not involving any middle person. I'm not involving any financial planner. I'm not involving anyone in the middle. मैं खुद ही directly जाके खरीद रहा हूँ from their website, or I'm buying it from certain platforms which sell direct only. अब इसमें problem क्या आएगी मैं बताता हूँ. आपको लगेगा ये 1% कौन सी बड़ी फीस है, 1% ही तो दे रहा हूँ, एटलीस्ट कोई है तो सही गाइड करने वाला, समझाने वाला कि क्या करना है क्या नहीं करना है. दैट इज अ वेल अर्नड 1%. I want you to understand, on a 5 lakh rupee investment, 1% is just 5,000 a year. If this money compounds at 15%, you have paid almost 11 lakh rupees in 1% over this period of time. And the role of that person is simply to be able to sell you more. Because that is exactly what is happening. True? True? That's how they make money, right? Is on this 1%. अच्छा, do they know कौन से वाले फंड में से रिटर्न आने वाला है अब? So a little bit of investment into your own financial IQ and you don't have to pay this 11 lakhs. Yes? And this is 11 lakh on 5 lakh by the way. ठीक है, अगर आपका इन्वेस्टमेंट ज़्यादा है तो you're paying more. And as you keep on investing more, अभी तो सिर्फ 5 लाख लगा के छोड़ने की बात हो रही थी. अगर if you keep on investing 20, 30, 50,000 a month, then कितना पे करने वाली, you can't even imagine. So the whole idea is we still don't know where to invest. The problem तो वहीं की वहीं है. Yes? Problem तो अभी भी वहीं है ना. ठीक है, बाकी सब तो बता दिया. Very good. Invest कहाँ करूँ? So can I tell you the safest place in India to invest, and it is not your pocket. Safest place to invest is actually investing. When you talk about equity market, इससे कम risk हो ही नहीं सकता कहीं पे. That is called investing in indexes itself, Sensex और Nifty. अच्छा, अगर आप top 30, top 50 companies को ही खरीद लोगे, ठीक है, कैसे खरीदेंगे अभी I'll come to it, but अगर आप उनको ही खरीद लोगे, तो isn't that the safest? Isn't that what is driving the country right now? So on your phone अभी किसके सिग्नल आ रहे हैं, जियो के या एयरटेल के या आइडिया के? You don't have to look at your phone, आपको तो पता है, right? Vodafone, Airtel, Jio. Can you survive without this? You cannot. Where are these companies listed on the stock exchange? Where? In the top 50. आइडिया वोडाफोन को छोड़ के जिसका बैंड बच गया, जियो और एयरटेल कहाँ हैं? निफ्टी 50 में. तो आप किसको पैसा दे रहे हो? Where are you giving your money? Actually, you are giving this money to the biggest companies. The biggest companies are growing, making money. So even if how many people don't invest in stock markets? Come on, मुझे पता है इससे ज़्यादा है. So anyone who's not investing is helping the companies to grow and helping the stock market to grow. Because MRF का अगर आप टायर यूज़ करते हो, डॉक्टर लाल पैथलाल से अपना आप टेस्ट कराते हो, एयरटेल के आप सर्विसेज लेते हो, टाटा की आपके पास मारुति की गाड़ी है, कहाँ जा रहा है पैसा? उन्हीं के पास तो जा रहा है. तो जब when they have more revenue, their stock is going up, they're making money. Aren't you the reason why they are going up? Can you not benefit from it also? Can, right? How to do it safely is the question. So investing in Sensex. So if you look at components, 70%, 40% of Sensex is financial companies. And finance is the least amount of knowledge that is given to us. So first, one thing you should do is give a round of applause to the team who's made this session possible. Can we do that right now? Yes. Second thing is sectors. हमें लगता है हम agriculture industrial है, हम actually 40% listed exchange पे finance economy है. Returns, I don't have the time, but I will tell you, Sensex 1979 में शुरू होता 100 points पे. Where are we today? क्या ये जर्नी ऐसे गई flat, straight up? कैसे गई? Upward zigzag, yes? So, इस अपवर्ड zigzag में बहुत सारे लोग डर जाते हैं क्योंकि मार्केट गिर जाती है. मार्केट हाफ भी हो चुकी है 2008 में और मार्केट डबल भी हो चुकी है 83, 84 में एक ही साल के अंदर. So it is that unpredictable. The only question is how do I make the volatility manageable? Yes. Friends, yes, no? How do I make it manageable? By using the eighth wonder of the world, that is compounding. So I'll explain to you what we need to do and why this is going to be the most risk-free but long-term investment. Has to be long-term, तभी risk-free होगा. How? First, is index ever going to become zero? Has it ever become zero in any economy? No, because you're not investing in stocks, you're investing in ranks. तो जो सेक्टर अच्छा कर रहा है उस सेक्टर की कंपनी ऊपर जा रही है और उन कंपनीज में आपका पैसा है. तो you're investing in ranks, not in companies. We understand? Yes. Second, it's a reflection of the economy because this is what is driving the nation. Third, if Nifty collapses, आपका बैंक collapse हो जाएगा. क्यों? क्योंकि Nifty में जो 40% बैंक्स हैं उन्हीं को ही तो आपने पैसा दिया है. सोच के देखो, बैंक कैसे पैसा कमाता है? आपसे 7% पे ब्याज पे लेके कंपनीज को देता है 10-11% पे, 3-4% अपनी कमाई करता है. अगर वो कंपनीज ही डूब गई तो आपको कहाँ से मिलेगा ये पैसा वापस? तो 3-4% उनका प्रॉफिट गया, आपका कैपिटल गया, आपको मिलेगा 5 लाख. यस फ्रेंड्स, ट्रू. आई एम गोइंग बाय द लीगल बुक. अभी आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू व्हाट आई थिंक, आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू व्हाट इज द ट्रूथ आउट देयर. So it's uncertain, we understand that, but that is the reason why the returns are higher. Certainty FD में -2 है. You have to make uncertainty a friend. How do you make uncertainty a friend? By putting all the money in one go and hoping for all the best? नहीं. Keep on investing monthly. अगर market नीचे चली गई, आप invest करें monthly तो क्या होगा? You'll be able to average at a lower price. अगर market यहाँ से ऊपर चलेगी तो क्या होगा? You'll make a return out of it. क्या market ऊपर नीचे जाती है? तो दोनों ही होंगे. क्या मार्केट ऊपर नीचे साइडवेज जाती है, डाउनवर्ड जाती है या अपवर्ड जा रही है? पिछले 40 साल में क्या हुआ है? अपवर्ड डाउनवर्ड. ठीक है, बट गोइंग इवेंचुअली अपवर्ड्स. सो अब जो भी हो सकता था सब कुछ तो मैंने आपको बता दिया. अगले 10 साल में मार्केट अपवर्ड डाउनवर्ड इन अपवर्ड मूवमेंट जाएगी या जिगजैग इन अपवर्ड जाएगी. बट दैट्स ऑल यू नीड टू नो. द ओनली थिंग नेक्स्ट टू डू इज व्हाट? जस्ट कीप ऑन इन्वेस्टिंग मंथली. What is the return you're going to get? So last 20 years ka return is about 17.3%. Last 40% ka return is also 16 to 17%. India is poised to grow from rank 5 to the third biggest economy in the world. India, as per IMF and most top economists in the world, is going to be the best country in terms of growth over the next decade. Do I have to say any more? If still you have doubts, remember what Warren Buffett says, be greedy when others are fearful, be fearful when others are greedy. So, coming to the gist, it's a common place where people lose money to the wise. This is what equity market is. That is how money exchange happens. When you get a trigger क्या है? Stock tip दोस्त से आ गई, किसी ने बता दिया broker. All of those instances when you do not gamble. Casino चले जाओ अगर gamble करना है, maybe you will win. यहाँ पे this is the most efficient money method in the world. That marketplace is the most efficient. You cannot win from it if you don't play by its rules. So how many people's perception towards equity markets have changed? Okay. So summing up, there are a lot more other things I wanted to share, but I don't have the proximity of time and I do want to answer your questions too. I'm going to come right down to the last thing that I wanted to share with you. And what's that? And that is action. So knowledge acquired but unused is as good as knowledge not acquired. We don't have to ask who said it, right? We don't need to know. But here is what we need to know. This is where most people are. They feel comfortable, predictable life है, comfortable है, पैसा आ रहा है, कोई चिंता नहीं, right? This is comfort zone. No growth happens here. 10% की growth is no growth for me. Fear zone. When I know I have a problem, I need to be able to find a solution to it. Now I know कि कोई problem है. Third zone is learning zone. This is where most of you are right now. You know एक problem है, it has to be solved. You're trying to find out कैसे solve होगी. Finally comes the growth zone when you actually start achieving it. But what do you need to add into the learning zone that growth happens? Action. Can we give him a round of applause? That is exactly what I started this session with. What did I say? ज्ञान सारा ले लोगे, बैंक में कुछ नहीं चेंज होगा क्योंकि क्या नहीं करोगे? Action अगर नहीं लोगे तो कोई रिजल्ट नहीं आने वाले. So if we add up all the savings, it is worth over a crore rupees. अगर आप सारी जगह पे action लोगे with just maybe even 60-70 lakh rupees, फिर आप 1 crore से ऊपर कमा सकते हो over your life, extra than what you're already getting. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to give you one more gift. Once you've completed the financial health checkup wala assessment, which is on your mobile app, once you do it, you will get a sequence of messages. In one of the messages, we will give you an ebook which summarizes all the today's presentation. You can keep for yourself. Is that good? Yes, everyone? All right, super. So, one thing we need to ask ourselves is, to achieve your goals, you need strategies more than financial products. Products तो change होते रहेंगे, right? Yes? But what needs to be achieved, your goal has to be achieved. और वो करने के लिए products change होते रहेंगे. You have to create a strategy which gets you there. Strategy has to be customized as per you. Yes? आप सबके, your strategy would be different to yours, and different to yours, and different to yours. It changes as per person. The products can also change. Goal has to be met, irrespective. So how many people feel more confident about their financial future? Say aye. How many people want to take action towards their financial future? Say aye. How many people are totally dedicated to make sure it actually happens in their life? Say aye. Okay, so I'm going to take a declaration from you. Are you ready? ठीक है, ऐसा declaration दूंगा कि लूंगा आपसे कि आप भूल नहीं पाओगे. वर्ल्ड को बताएंगे. Are you ready? Are you sure? देख लो, बाद में मुकरना नहीं है. आपने कह दिया है. Ready? ठीक है. So I'm going to say a statement, and then I'm going to say, you have to say I if you're ready for it. Yes? Yes? Okay. Let's see if we can do this. I'm now live on Instagram. I am with the employees and the management team of Tega Industries. Are you there, guys? Yes. All right. We learned about how to manage our personal finances. We learned how to optimize the money we already have. And how many people here are ready to make a transformation in the financial life? Say, aye. All right, superb. So, ठीक है, what we have done here is, we have taken a declaration from you. What have we done? A declaration from you. Now what do you have to do next? Action. अब आपको action के बारे में बड़ी simple सी चीज़ बताता हूँ. आपका inflation, and after this we're going to come to Q&A. October 2021 में 7.61% था, अभी 6.5 है. Is this your true inflation? Is this your true inflation? How is your true inflation calculated? दो जगह आप पैसे खर्च रहे हो, आपकी needs में और wants में. Needs है 7.61, क्योंकि this is the average consumption of goods and services for an average common man of India. अब मैं अगर हमारी बात करता हूँ अपने कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, जहाँ पर हम खड़े हैं, जैसे हम अपने पैसे खर्चते हैं, क्या सारा पैसा नीड्स में ही जा रहा है, बस सर्वाइव ही कर रहे हैं, ये थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है? वो जो थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है, क्या उस पर 7.61 ही इंक्रीमेंट हो रहा है, ज़्यादा हो रहा है? ज़्यादा हो रहा है. टोयोटा इनोवा 2011 11-12 लाख टॉप मॉडल, आज कितने की आती है? 30 लाख. आईफोन 2007-2008 कितने का था टॉप? 35,000. आज कितने का आता है? 1.5 लाख का. द कॉस्ट फॉर द प्लेसेस जहाँ पे हम अपना पैसा खर्च रहे हैं, isn't that going up at an exponential rate? Friends, yes or no? राइट? सिर्फ मोबाइल के जो सिम के चार्जेस है वही तो जियो की वजह से कम हुए हैं, बाकी सब तो बढ़ ही रहा है. यस नो? सो द मेन क्वेश्चन इज, हमारे लिए इन्फ्लेशन तो कितना होना चाहिए? What should be the base rate of inflation for us? At least 10%. So 10% is the break even. And now I'm saying, if your wealth is not growing by 10%, is it growing? So if you keep all of your money in the bank, is it ever going to grow? No. We have to be able to invest in all asset classes in such a way कि कुछ से passive income आए, कुछ से growth आए, और दोनों इस तरह से हो कि overall wealth is able to grow more than 10%. And that is what the homework is. Because the goals that you have, if you don't have a plan around it, it is a wish. And wishes won't come true if you don't take. Yes. All right. So this is all from me. Thank you so much. Thank you for being a wonderful, wonderful audience.
Thank Thank you so much, Arpit, for the enlightening session, for this eye-opening session and demystifying our myths and challenging our common beliefs. The house is now open for a couple of questions. Anybody would like to ask him anything? You can't miss this golden chance.
So there are ETFs available. So the question for the people at the back, which you can also know, how to start making investments into indexes. The method for that is that there are various ways. There are index mutual funds and there is index ETF. ETF stands for exchange trade fund. Means a fund which is trading on the exchange just like a stock. ETF is the most purest form of buying an index. You don't have to buy 30, 50 companies. Just buying one index, it will buy all the stocks in the same proportion, जैसे index के अंदर है. You can automate it by even investing into it monthly. So you make that decision once and it is done and dusted. Which is why even an 8th class का बच्चा can do it and all of us will get the same results.
It can be done monthly.
Yes, it can be done monthly. You can just set it up once and forever. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, that's what he said.
Yes, in
like
the
once
ebook, it will come.
it will come. Okay. So
Okay, so thank you, Arpit. I hope the session was good. Eye opener. Okay. So we did in the previous session that there are only two currencies in the world, right? Anybody remembers? One is emotions, the other is money. We did a session on emotions, mental health the previous time, and we are now doing a session on money. And all of us, the common perception, the way we are reared up, कि पैसा बुरा होता है, जिसके पास पैसा होता है वो बुरा होता है, right? That's the way we have all grown up, and which is why when Arpit was talking about the mindset, that is very important, right? Because if we have the right mindset, the day we start thinking money is not bad, then you automatically start looking at avenues to make money. Till you keep thinking that somebody who has money, right? Somebody who has created so much of employment, somebody who has created a company. In general, our perception walking on the road is that person is bad, he had made money. We never think he's helping make money for a lot of other people also. So the moment this perception changes, things change. And for me, it changed in 2011. There is a movie called Moneyball. Brad Pitt and Jonah Hill. So at the end of that movie, there is a scene wherein the owner of the baseball team, so Brad Pitt is a coach who builds a team of rookies. He goes till the final, but he loses in the final because he doesn't have the marquee players. So this owner of the winning team asks him that would you be the coach of my team, right? Because I have money also. If both of us join hands, we'll rule the world. So Brad Pitt says, no, I can't be bought, right? And this is the way we all have been, reared up. That, oh, if somebody is giving him money, somebody is trying to buy. And then when he's sitting in the last scene, Jonah Hill, who is his co-worker, he tells him a very nice thing that, why did you refuse the offer? So he tells him, no, I can't be bought, right? So Jonah Hill tells him that your biggest skill is coaching and his biggest skill is money. He was trying to respect you with what he has the best in him. He was not trying to buying you. So that's the mindset. I'll again go back. There are only two currencies in this world through which we can interact with each other. One is emotions, the other is money. We need to respect the both. It'll make a great combination. If we are respectful to people, if we are respectful for others, if we have that passion which came here also, and if we also respect money, we will definitely grow. So I would request to come up and share his experiences with money and
Sorry, I missed the opportunity of listening to you. I think I missed a lot today. Rather than saying anything, I will just hand over these two books to him. One is the book, this is a tribute to my teacher, Dr. Monte, who is the founder professor at IIM Ahmedabad. He has many students, like World Bank president is his student, Dean of Harvard is his student, I am his student, many people. Fine. And this is my biography, which was launched by Narayan Murthy in Ahmedabad. For you. Yeah. Thank you. I wish I had the time, but we had another meeting. She had come with the gentleman.
so he's
My friend Dr. Rajendra Patel from Ahmedabad, he came to take some sessions with us and he had to leave today. So
We're delighted to have everyone and very honored to be here.
thank you.
So thank you everyone. Thanks a lot, and we'll keep having more sessions as we have talked about in Ed Talks. Yeah. So, sir, please, if you can.
It's a pleasure. It was a pleasure having you here.
Patel sir. If you can give it to him. Photo. Sir, photo, please. We can take a joint photo. Sinha ji. We can actually come on that side. You can take it from this side. इस तरफ आ जाते हैं sir. We will have everybody at the back. We can all stand up. इस तरफ आ जाते हैं sir.
I.G. Patel was there, he was in London School of
In London School of Commerce. I was in Commerce, not in London School of
London
Finance.
School.
We will come this side.
LBS.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.